What's up, guys? No Handlebars here, bringing you some Team Deathmatch on Jungle with the G11, and I will not be talking about any of it, because there is a more pressing matter at hand. As you can see, the title of the gameplay is called Optimism versus Realism, and I'll get into that later. And I'm going to fast forward through some of it because it's only a brief thing I wanted to show. And the title is called Optimism versus Realism, and I'm going to say right now, don't assume that I win the game. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I want you to play the game like I'm playing the game. And I'm playing by myself. Pretty much the whole thing was kind of a, I guess, friendly debate, which kind of turned into an argument between me and my nephews who were over for the holidays. And let me just say that now that my winter break is over and my nephews are gone, I can actually see the destruction that was wreaked upon my account. My nephews are the ones who play Call of Duty religiously. I have cousins over too and stuff, but we all just kind of watch as they play. And I have to watch in horror as they go negative every round. But there's kind of rotations between them, so I was able to slip into the rotation. So that's why this gameplay is of me. On a side note, I gave my nephews this in their stocking. Yeah, that was good. Another story for another day. When I joined this game, my nephews saw... And my nephews are really young. They're both below the age of 10, and they're both watching me. And as I'm watching this, as I'm playing this game, they're like, "Hey, your team is pretty bad. I think you should quit out." And me, you know, being the kind of carefree guy I am, I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm not a quitter, you know." And like, they have no idea like how serious I am about not quitting. Like, you guys probably don't know either, but I'll get to that later. And they're like, "Well, you should quit out because your teammates are pretty bad and you're down by 1,500. There's no real chance you're going to win this game." And after them, I was like, "Well, you never know." And I stayed in. My nephews are like, "Well, yeah, you do know because all their KDs are below 1. We checked before the lobby started." And I was like, "You can't judge people based off KD." But that's a whole nother topic in general. I'm not even getting into that. And I was like, "You know what? You should never give up until the last kill is scored. You should never give up." My nephews are like, your teammates are going to frustrate you to death. You're going to lose the game, you're going to get pissed off, you're going to lower your own KD ratio, you're going to lower your win ratio. Hell, you're just going to frustrate yourself more. Why not just leave the game? You're going to get a loss anyway, why not just leave? Be realistic about it, that's how the world works. You need to be realistic. And I'm just like, wow, I'm jaw-dropped. My nephew was looking at me, telling me, "Well, you should invest the stocks in the market right now because the market's very reputable and you have a good chance. Also, it's a good time to invest in a timeshare because equity is tripling." Dude, why would my nephew tell me this shit? Like, and I was like, "Well, you make a good point there, but too bad that's not the type of person I am." And they're like, "Alright, well, give me a good reason why you should be optimistic." They're telling me this. My 6-year-old nephew is telling me to provide him a reason why I should be optimistic. You're a kid. You're supposed to be optimistic. You're supposed to have the innocence of a child. I mean, don't you believe in Santa Claus still? And then one of my nephews starts going on a mathematical journey about how it is impossible mathematically for Santa Claus to deliver presents to every house in America. And I was like, well, that's not necessarily true, because how many of the kids in America get presents? I was like, oh, I know I didn't get presents. I'm not going to get in an argument with my nephews over this. You know, so just like, you know what, optimism is something that I have that I'm not going to get rid of because it's very important to me. And my nephew's like, "Alright, well, show me where your optimism is when you lose the game." And I was like, now I got serious. I was like, you know what, no matter what happens, no matter how much I'm down by, I will never quit. That is my pride. I hold that pride and I hold my pride dear to me. I will never quit, and for other reasons that I will not get into right now, I'm not going to quit out of this game. And if this game is going to be an indication to you of whether or not you should be optimistic or realistic in the world, then I'll let my gameplay do the talking. The room got tense because I got serious and they were serious. They were holding on to their ideals, and I give them props for you know, kind of sticking up to me because I'm nearly 4 times their age, and they had guts to stick up to me. But I'm not going to get rid of my ideals so easily either. And they're like, "Let's see it. Optimism versus realism. Let's do it right now." And I was like, you know, you got it. I got serious. No. And I went through something that I have never done in Black Ops. I raised my mode. For those of you who don't know, I have 3 different modes of play. And I start off at mode 1 when I play Black Ops, which is casual mode. And I play like that all the time just to have a good time, you know, laugh with my friends. I can get any score and I won't care. But when the game gets serious, when the going gets tough, I change up a mode to mode 2, which is competitive mode. And if you want a detailed description about what mode 2 is, you can check that out on the homepage of the channel under About Me. When I'm in mode 2, I am silent. I don't talk. And I was like, alright, for you guys at home who are watching this, I'm going to end the commentary here, and I'm going to end it with a song appropriately titled Flying Light. I'm not going to spoil whether we win or lose, but you guys can live the suspense. Optimism or realism? Which one do you want to win? Alrighty, that does it. Enjoy.
Fight harder. Defeat will not be tolerated. SR-71 ready to launch. SR-71 online. Enemy spy plane incoming. Unit standing by. Friendly unit inbound. Good job. We have displayed our power.